Guys, before we start, I am joined with David Imo. He is an award-winning filmmaker, shredder, visionary media entrepreneur, industry leader, and creative director at IPEN Studios. Welcome, David, to another session with the Lioness Taffy. I cannot wait for this conversation because I am a person that loves storytelling, and you happen to be in the field. I want to find out before you started doing filmmaking. I heard somewhere that you did software engineering. So how does a software engineer become a filmmaker? Tell me the story. Tell me the story.
I studied computer science and software engineering. So I was doing the web development and everything, but I was not finding purpose in what I was doing. I was not just happy. I was just there doing, until finally I had to, enter into movies, and then it was difficult, moving from something that everybody thought they're going to do, engineer, ethical hacker and those kind of stuff. The tech guy, the IT guy, and then we moved into media, into film. So it's difficult, but coming to movies, makes me feel accomplished, make me feel, a lot of struggles, but at least I was able to navigate my way through filmmaking, not just filmmaking alone, but the general media in person. So, graphics, animation, film, social media management, live broadcast, audio broadcast, music, and, every single aspect of media. And I find joy in it. Find
I
joy
love
in it.
that.
And, I was able to achieve things that if I was in tech, not able to achieve, and get those things done, the recognition, the awards. It feels good,
Exactly.
even when you are starting as a new person,
When
no family member in film, no guide, nobody guiding you, tell you this is what you need to do. You have to make mistakes, fail, come back, make mistakes, fail. Have to study, pay for courses. Yeah, just say a lot of things, a lot of
it's been
stuff.
a
Yeah.
journey. It's been
So
a journey. Which year did you start? Which year did you start IPEN Studios and then transition into the whole film media platform sector?
okay, uh, I had the vision in 2019. I had the vision in 2019, October 2019. That's when I had the vision, but I officially registered it in 2023. So we are officially
Wow.
like 3 years this year, and at that period was a yes, that period was the period of learning because I have no idea what I was doing. Never done anything media, film, so starting learning from beginning, moving slowly, little by little fail. So officially we registered at 2023.
I want to know, how did you grow up? Because where does filmmaking come from, or where does you wanting to be a software engineer come from? How did David Imo grow up?
I grew up in a family whereby we have no choice. You have no choice but to, go to school, become educated, and then go to university and stuff. But at the same time, the church I attended gave us opportunity as a young child, to go into drama, So it was from church. I was in media in church. I was in as early as 12 years old, 13. Those days, I was in media in church. I also was in music and I was in drama. So at least we saw a little bit of transitioning from film, from acting, live stage drama. So coming into movie, had to take that idea, those things, and then fuse them together with film. So
So
that's
that's
how
where
I
the
just started.
passion was drawn for. But did you not feel some sort of resistance when you were starting up, not knowing anything in your field and having something new? Did you feel any resistance?
Yes, there was a lot of resistance, telling you what are you doing, why are you wasting time, But at least I was a little bit stubborn to I know what I wanted. I know what I wanted, even though I didn't know what I was doing, but I actually saw a vision. So that period of that time was I was also reading books. I was also reading books, not just but to transform my mind, to understand that I'm on the right path. It doesn't like get to a point that you feel like you're not on the right path, you're on the wrong path, you're doing something wrong. But thank God for the kind of books and the kind of people I was following at that time. So it gave me, like a glimpse into what I was doing. That I'm actually on the right path, doing what I'm doing, and then the exposure from people knowing me, from the little things. At the time, I've never even used a camera to shoot before. At that time, I used a camera to shoot before. I was using phone. I was using an Android phone, and I was seeing how the content. Yes, I was seeing how the content was going far. In fact, one of the videos we did at that time got about 52,000 views on YouTube, 1,000 comments. I had a lot of people reach out to me. I'm talking about back in 2020, with a broken phone. And that alone showed me that, there's great possibilities in this. I mean, looking at it back then, I was like, oh yes, I think I made the right steps. And I've not yet started. I've not yet started.
Exactly.
So
And
I'm still in
exactly.
my training phase.
I love that. And then you did say that you are celebrating 3 years, 3 years at IPEN Studios. How does it feel knowing that you've actually survived this long into a field that in the beginning you didn't have a kicking clue about it, but now it's like, okay, I'm getting the hang of this. How does it feel to reach a milestone of 3 years?
It feels good. I first thing I will say is I feel I'm very grateful to God because I mean whatever we are living right now, whatever we're doing right now was once a prayer point. It was like, oh, I want to be in this phase. I mean, those years, like when it comes to resources, when it comes to recognition, when it comes to the award, it was once a prayer point. Like, oh God, even just this little, and then when we sit down and look back, and then we realize that we have gone far, like we have gone far beyond that, with that mind and that kind of thing that you would. And we have not yet started. I keep saying this that we have not yet started. We are still in our training phase. When we come out,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Wow.
so I'm so grateful. That's
No.
that.
And then, funny enough, you guys focus on so many things. You focus on cinematography, video editing, acting, writing, presenting, photography. Like, who taught you this? Like, tell me the beginning steps. Tell me the because you keep on saying that you had a vision. If you don't mind sharing, I want to understand. I want to dig inside your brain and want to understand, were you in a trance? Did you fall asleep and God spoke to you that this is what I have for you? And then from there on, tell me the steps that you took to go on and actually start.
It's a good question. First thing I will say is this: I've already had a plan to build my own film studio, like having I was the first thing I did is this: I started following people who has accomplished the same thing I'm trying to do. Right? I started like, okay, because whatever I'm trying to do, somebody else has done it. So I started looking at big companies. I started doing research. I was going deep into research. I was doing deep research, not on the surface level, but in deep research to find out, okay, this company. I did research on Tyler Perry Studios. I did research on Sony, yeah, Universal Studios. I did on Sony. I did a lot of American companies, not even the African local companies. I did in so I was going step by step, going into their CEOs and founders' life. What are the things they were doing? You know. Then I looked at my own vision. What did God call me to do? What did I say I'm to do? I said, okay, hey, I want to inspire people. I want to build a multicultural, multimedia company. So what multimedia means is both audio, visuals, and writing, right? And the next thing I started doing is started learning those skills little by little because I could not wait for somebody to come do it for me. So I started learning graphics, started learning 2D, 3D animation, started learning film. started learning. The film is white. I started learning writing. So basically, all the projects you see from beginning to the end is done by me. Is done by me. I have a fully functional blog of 36,000 visitors on that blog.
Wow.
36,000. I will share the link later, but 36,000 visitors on the blog,
Sure.
right? There's 6,000 visitors on it. Yes, a self-development blog, content, building it from beginning, writing the content, every single thing. So whatever knowledge I've acquired in the computer space was very, very important for me. Was very useful in going through that journey. Yes, and then I came into building YouTube channel, started building my own YouTube channel for movies. All the movies that you see there, I wrote them. I did the editing, I
Wow.
did the cinematography on it.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
I also
impressive.
wrote
That's
books. I published about two of my books. Yes. Published two of my books
wow.
on other platforms, and so I could not wait for somebody to at the message of somebody before I can get something done. I mean, it might not be the professional perfect, but at least I got the skills, and I get the vision started. Instead of waiting, okay, let me wait for someone to come and write for me. Let me wait for a graphics designer. Let me wait for an editor. I mean, basically all the process of the movie, I can handle it. So that alone pushed me.
Wow.
But I will begin to grow bigger and bigger. I need to start looking for people who start handling certain parts. That's why at the end of the day, I can I can actually decide, okay, this person stay with me, this person work with me, this person goes. You understand? So every skill that I've gotten, I have to first get the skill. I have to first get the skill. Because most times when you see people that wants to go into, for example, I've had people that wants to go into sectors that they don't have the skill. So they have to start waiting for
Yeah.
somebody before they can get it done. So what I did is I can't wait. If I keep waiting, the person keeps slowing me down. I have to go back, learn, learn, practice, and then join, then offer those services those skills I've learned as a services to people to also continue building myself. So it's a lot, it's a whole lot. If I start going deep into this, it's a whole lot.
I you said something very profound. You say that you couldn't wait for someone else to, if I can put it this way, to spoon feed you. You were like, you know what? If I keep on waiting for someone, it's gonna
Yes.
take me maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, because this person only works at a certain pace. And then you had this zeal and determination to actually go after what you wanted. Do you feel,
Yes.
how do you feel after that? How do you feel knowing that this is where I am
You know,
now?
sometimes you feel the truth is this. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm behind, but when I look at where I'm coming from, I like, wow, I'm not actually behind. I'm far ahead because I mean, handling some major productions in Nigeria is not a small deal. It's not a small thing, and these are things. Most of these people who are handling these big productions in Nigeria, right? Some of them went to the school of film. They went to the school of media to go learn this. Some of them pay thousands of dollars to learn these things, billions. And this is me and YouTube, me and YouTube.
Wow,
Like
University
YouTube
of
was my
YouTube.
university to learn, to learning from YouTube, and then using the same skills you have learned from YouTube in a professional setting, not just a small setting. I mean, thousands of people. You see me working and broadcasting for 30,000 people, big concerts, big industries. So look, sitting there, it's not pride, but I look back and say, okay, this is far beyond what I ever imagined. I mean, I never thought that I
Yeah,
could go on like handle one of the biggest production in Nigeria. Never have thought when it
yeah.
comes to live broadcast. And I'm still learning. I'm
Wow.
still growing. I'm not yet started. I'm not yet
No,
started.
that's good. That's if good. Your life was a movie title right now, what would it be?
Funny, I've never even thought about that before. I would say, it's adventure or something. Adventure. It will be series. It will be series. Season one, season two, season three, season four. But a full adventure. I mean, we're going to start from one different plots, different suspects.
Okay. All right,
So
cool. Next question. A random skill that you have besides shooting videos, a random skill that you have that people might not know.
music. I play musical instruments. I play 5 musical instruments professionally. Five.
You're not
I play
serious?
drums. I play piano. I play the lead guitar. I play the acoustic guitar. I play the bass guitar, and I'm learning the trumpet. I play 5 of these instruments professionally, small or big settings. Yes,
What? Who taught what? Who
five musical
taught you
instruments
all of
professionally.
that? What was that in school? Where did you learn that?
YouTube,
No ways.
YouTube. Like I said earlier, I can learn everything. If I can learn filmmaking from YouTube, then definitely I could learn anything.
Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Like what? I'm actually mind blown at the fact that you can learn anything that you put your mind and heart to, and then you chose the University of YouTube to actually teach you so many things. Wow. So now, what is one of the biggest challenges that you feel like you've had as a young filmmaker in Nigeria?
The first one I'll still say is resources, is fund, because sometimes we are limited to what we can do. Our creativity is limited to what we can do because of the access of resources. And then sometimes some of the projects I've wrote, when I keep saying that they're not original projects, they're just cut down projects. They're just a tip of my idea, tip of my imagination. But because I can't put everything together in one, because of the resources, I have to shrink them down to fit what we have available. So if we have, for example, now we're thinking of building our own first major creative hub, which requires funds, major big funds, which will allow us to produce TV shows, game shows, like good shows for the this generation. But it requires money. If you want to make one of the best projects, you want to host one of the best projects, you need funds. And again, investors looking at young creative, because you are young, they'll look at us like, oh, you are young and inexperienced. So they can't really release funds. So those resources keep going back to the big dogs in the industry, to the big bosses in the industries. So at the end of the day, we are left to create your own paths. We are left to create our own paths to whatever you want to do. Raise your own funds. Sometimes use your own funds to make your project, just to prove that yes, you can do this project. And I've understood this. Yes, it might be a challenge, but I also see it might be a problem, but I see it as a challenge to build my own. I mean, Tyler Perry, who owns one of the biggest studios in America, sitting on 330 acres of land. Tyler Perry Studios,
Yeah.
330 acres of land. You know, beauty studio of rejection, beauty studio of people talking against him. With his own money, like his own money from his own production. In fact, he's the highest paid entertainer. So when I look at those kind of struggles that he went through too, why can't I? If he went through it and he survived it and he built his own system, I can also build my own. And I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it to reflection. Okay, it forces me to learn more about monetization, forces me to know how to create my own network, my own audience. They tell us something. Apostle Bishop Seman, she said something. Said, if they lock the door and the window, break the wall and pass through the wall. So, so
Hey.
if the door and window is if the door and window is locked, break the wall and pass through the wall. So, if the
Wow.
industry is locked or is being gatekept, I will jump the fence or break the wall or break the window. And so
Exactly.
that's a load
What would you
that.
tell what would you tell someone that's in your position or looking at you and saying that I want to do something similar to what you're doing? What kind of advice would you give to another filmmaker that is about to start now?
Okay, I'll tell the person to start. Start. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Yes, start, because sometimes when we overthink certain things, we are making trying to think, okay, is it perfect or not? We eventually not start doing anything at all. Perfection is a killer of of progress. Sometimes when it's okay, I want to make this project, I want to make sure it's perfect. Before you know, 5 months has gone. Before you know, 2 years has gone. Before you know, 3 years has gone, and you have never start. You have never started. Something that have started have the opportunity to be perfected. So when you start the way you are, then you can continue, making it perfect. But if you have never started, you're just thinking, oh, I want to make it perfect. In fact, I tell a lot of people that your first project will not be the best. No matter how you invest in it, your first project can never be the best. So why overthink it? Just start and then make it better along the way. I mean,
Wow.
if you realize Facebook application, you saw the old Facebook of 2009, 2010, 2000 and
Yeah.
whatever year. But look at the Facebook of
It
today.
keeps on
If we
improving.
have overthinking at that time it will be. I mean, so start. Don't overthink it. So that's my advice to
Wow.
anyone getting started.
I'm loving that, and I'm just hoping that everyone is hearing that. What you start has the opportunity of being made into perfection. Otherwise, if you don't start, it stays in your mind, and then
Yeah.
5 years down the line, you are regretting. Now, I think I love this question.
Yes.
What is one thing that almost made you quit and say, you know what, I'm done? What is something that almost made you quit and say, not anymore?
I think lack of support. Lack of support. I felt like just end this thing now. Focus and live a normal life like everybody else. Lack of support. I mean, people just. But now I understand. I understand better. I understand
Yeah.
better. But like I said earlier, thank God for the kind of books, the kind of things I was reading to open my mind to see that yes, people has gone through this stage too, and they've survived through this stage. So I just feel like
So I'm
okay, it's
not
part of
done.
my own training phase, training process.
Mm,
Yeah.
I
So
love that. I love that. So now, one of your visions, I'm just going to read your vision for IPEN Studio says to empower lives globally through impactful, purpose-filled content. Break me Give me what does that mean? Because I know that you guys have produced short films such as Imachi, Deadly Approval, Rage Before Passion, Let Freedom Reign. And then your vision is to empower lives globally through impactful, purpose filled content. Break me, let me know what iPen Studio is all about for someone who hasn't heard it before.
IPN Studio is a multimedia and multicultural media company. Let me just put it that way. So our first idea is to use the media to inspire life and transform lives because we I understand that media can transform the lives of people and media also can destroy the lives of people, such as films, such as music, such as things like books they read. So why can't we, transform the next generation? I mean, you see the kind of nonsense kind of content that's online. If you go on Facebook, if you go on Instagram, if you go on TikTok, they are not content that challenge our mental thinking. In fact, some content that they make now is against moral standard. I mean, when we are growing up, let me give you an example. American films, right? You will never find any American films portray America as bad. You will never find it anywhere. So American films are always okay. Place their movies are oh America is like a dream. It's just like every other country too. But because of what their movies has done, if you come back to Africa, if you come back to Nigeria itself, movie has done a lot of harm. A movie in Nigeria make people think that oh you can do ritual and then make money, you can do something, and you can just appear make ridiculous money. And some young adults grow up seeing these things in a movie and think that's how life is. So I basically understand that media have the power to transform lives. In fact, that is why the devil is using media as a strong tool. Remember, Lucifer was a musician in heaven. Using
Yeah.
music, he sang to God.
Yeah. True.
I was telling one of my friends that the Bible itself is a media. I mean, the Bible is the only book that has written over decades, over years. None of the people that wrote the Bible ever met themselves, and everything still link up to one person. That's the greatest media to preserve information, to keep things. So I also believe in media can moral standard, can teach people for faith based, and also still entertain us. Don't just make it boring. Because you know, I've watched some, let me use the word moral movies, like movies that teach moral lessons, and also very
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
You understand? So if we are going to transform if we're going to transform countries, we're going to transform nations, it will start through media, through what people consume. I mean, look at all advanced countries. Look at China.
Yeah.
Look at how China have regulated their social media platform. You can never
Yeah.
find all these brands, you find educative things. Children building technology. Even though you must watch entertainment must
Yeah.
still impact you, must still teach you something, must still inspire you. So that's why we are here for, to make content. Yes, we will not be there yet, but we understand the vision. That is why any content that you see us make, any content that you see us produce, whether be it comedy, be it drama, be whatever, right? You will still get the lessons. You will still get the message you want to get. So we are out there to
Would you
transform the lives of people through content.
love that? Would you consider what you're doing as ministry, that you're walking in your calling? Because some people are singers, dancers. Do you consider this as part of your ministry? Because I've seen you also in church holding, you're a crane operator. I was like, this is so cool. So, do you consider what you're doing as walking in purpose, passion, and ministry?
Um, will I look at it as a ministry? Yes, I look at it as a ministry, but I will not call it a ministry. You know why? I don't want to limit it to just Christians alone. Before, I always put IPEN is a Christian company, is a Christian media house. So I have to, like, wait a minute. What makes it Christian? I remove the word Christians because I don't want to just limit it to people only, to only Christians alone. For example, I learned these things from somewhere that if you take a frog, if you take a frog like a toad, a frog, and put inside hot
Yeah,
water, very hot water, the frog will jump out because water is hot.
yeah,
But if you take a frog and you put inside cold water, and you take that cold water and put it on fire, and then you heat it little by little, the frog will be adjusting to it, will adjusting to the heat. Before you know, you got in that frog. It will be too late for that frog to jump out of that water. Before you
yeah,
know, it dies. So the same thing with film. You'll be watching a movie, you will not like the ministry movie, you're watching, one day it will be difficult for you to leave. You become addicted to that movie. That is the idea. So you just watch a random video. Oh, you just watch a random skit on our page, think it's a random skit. But later on, maybe something happened, you come across that kind of thing, and then you realize that, wait a minute, I saw this in a movie. So little by little, they begin to get people in. Before you know, they're addicted to good content. Before you know, subconsciously, those content are stuck in their mind. So we are not just limited to Christians. Oh, Christians alone. I just assume it's Christians alone. That's why sometimes I make faith-based movie, sometimes specific
yeah.
faith-based movie, but sometimes I make inspirational movies. Like the movie I'm working on now is a social impact movie, a social impact drama
Okay.
about discipline.
Yeah,
About discipline. There's nothing like I didn't put Jesus or anything inside there. But at the same time, I'm teaching moral standard. Right. So if to Christians ministry, to outsider is just a normal company. So we are in both places. If
I
you
love
want
that
Christian
you're
film, we are
working.
for you.
You,
If you're secular, we give
if
you.
you dare, you dare. That's great. I've
So
seen that you also involve your sister. I think she's one of the actors that I've seen vividly. And many a times it's hard
yes,
to work with your siblings, it's hard to work with family members. Like, let me know how that rolls, you working with your own sister in this production company. How does that work?
first thing is this, they have no choice but to support. They have no choice to support. You must be there. You must be there because the first thing is this. Um, we were in the same drama in church. As a
Hmm.
young teenagers, young children, we're all in the same drama. And then one person is doing something, it must surely reflect off other people. In fact, all my family,
Yeah.
they are into media as of today. I was even telling her that if I was, yes, all of them are into media. All of them are into media. I was even telling her that if I was in another sector, they will be in that same sector because, I mean, when somebody show you the light and this is working, you surely go there. Maybe later on they can, find their path. And I'm definitely sure that they're happy with it. It's not like forcing them for anything, but I'm definitely sure they're happy with it. In fact, they are the first set of people that God blessed me with. The first set of support. I know some of my friends that are into film that their family member does not support them in film. But mine support me. Yes, we might not have the resources, but because of their little support, acting support, and the little resources that we had, we're able to create things. My mother acted in my film. My brother acted in my film. My last brother acted in my film. All of them acted in our movies. Some do cinematography. Now my brother is doing cinematography professionally. Cinematography professionally. My sister now she's in the media space. She's getting into professionally, but little by little, but she's still there.
Yeah.
So the great support sometimes it's to start from family and then you expand it and then they expand to other people because when people see that your family are be actively involved in this thing, why can't I support? I mean, imagine I don't have a family to support me in what I'm doing in film. It will be difficult. Maybe I would have dropped the movie. All my movie, my sister is involved. They will come to set. They understand. Okay, I don't have to fund them. They can sacrifice their time. They have never complained before. That's one of the stress. That's one of the mental stress that taken out of me first. To manage a crew first. So they were my first set
So
of
your
crew members
first
for
set
the
of
media
crew
house.
was your family members, and this speaks to probably the way you guys were raised, which implies that you guys are united because it's 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 not like that in every family to see people supporting your dream, but the fact that you've got everyone on board, everyone is like, okay, cool, I'm going to be in this. It speaks volume to what your parents actually did as you guys were growing up. And what is one lesson that you would take from the way you were raised and then maybe put that into your life? What is something that you feel like, okay, mommy and daddy did this and I feel like I want to implement that into my life?
Okay, one lesson. I'll say, not don't give up. Don't give up regardless of situations. I mean, every family have their own issues. Every family have their own problem. But don't look at the problem as it depends on how you look at it. Some people see the problem as an obstacle. Some people see the problem as an opportunity. I saw my own problem. Okay, we don't have money to go to school or do anything. We don't have money to buy anything. But this is not just an obstacle. This will be an opportunity for me to build. I mean, I was imagining myself and asking myself, what if I came from a very wealthy family? I won't be in film. I won't be impactful. I won't be doing what I was doing. I will probably be in one company rich, but I will not be impacting lives. So I saw it as an opportunity, not an obstacle. The problem. So don't see the problem as an obstacle, see it as an opportunity and then build something from there.
Sure, these are mini nuggets, and after this, I need to like have a diary and write each and every point because this is amazing. What keeps you grounded when you have received all these awards and success feels great? What keeps you grounded, or what keeps you rooted despite the clapping of hands, despite you getting award winning? What keeps you grounded?
This I'll say God. Sometimes when you are so excited and so happy, and then it will bring it will flash that reminder to you like, oh, do you remember where you're coming from? Like you just suddenly say that and start remembering where you're coming from, and then you just become cool. And then he said you have not yet started with you. Like you have not yet started a journey. You're still in your training phase. So keep quiet and go back and work. So I no matter what happened, yes, I've made mistakes in so many other ways. But at the same time, I'm happy because I have somebody I can run to. I can run to him at any time, and that's God. If anything is bothering me at all, I'm sad, oh, I'm depressed, oh, I think about this, oh, I don't think about this, oh, I'll always run back to him. I will always come back to him. I will always come back to him. So it's and sometimes there are things I just kept. See, let me tell you one thing. Sometimes I get like, see somebody's telling me something in my head, as if I've read the book from somewhere.
I want to go to some of your short films that you have done. You've done Imachi, you've done Deadly Approval, you've done Rage Before Passion. Give me a background story of you've got this award-winning short film that's written that you wrote. I suppose it's Water for Dreams, and you actually got the African Smartphone International Film Festival Award for Water for Dreams. What is this film about, and how did you guys win this award?
Funny enough, the oh, that's not even the first one we have won. That's not the first. That's not the second. That's not the third. But that particular, yes, that's not the first. Some of them I didn't post them, but that's not the first. But that particular project, we shot it in a day. So it was for a film competition, right? We saw the opening on Monday, and the deadline was a Thursday. On Thursday, so I quickly wrote yes, and they tell you okay, make a 5 minute short film, must not exceed 5 minutes. So we saw this thing on Monday, and I'm like, okay, I quickly just came up with ideas, wrote it, call my sister, my mother was in the movie, my sister, my family members were there, all of them. My mom, my sister, and my brother. You understand? They were taking the telecast. So I quickly called her like, let's quickly do this competition. I wrote it. I went there on a Wednesday. We went to one apartment around, and then we shot it there. Now, the funniest things about this film is that the phone I used to shoot it was not my phone. Because that I didn't have a good phone. My device was very bad. So I had to borrow somebody's phone, a Samsung phone, and use. And then we shot it without microphone. I just took it back, came back. I used one of my student laptops to edit it, uploaded it, sent it to them, and then we just move on with our daily lives. And then, so that's just so because I have a lot of ideas, I have a lot of stories. It's easier for me to sit down and come out like divine ideas just come. I just write.
No.
So I I just write and then I can make them a movie.
Wow. Do you ever get writer's block? And
Yes,
then how do you go about it? How do
but
you go
but
about
I
it
think
when
I have
you don't know?
first thing I will do is I would watch movies. I watch a film similar to what I want to do. I watch a film similar to what I want to do. Number one, and then I would go out for a walk. I'll hang around people. I'll play music. I'll dance. I'll watch movies. So how would I do it? I will look for. See, we are like fire. So I'll look for where the spark is and plug myself in so that I can at least with the smoke, with the another fire can spark on my own creative, my own imagination. So I can either watch movies, similar movies, to what I want to do. I can either read books, you know, I'll hang around people, just to hear them talk. I can just bring the idea that I have as a story and let me hear how people will say it. Sometimes they will not know that, oh, this story they are saying is actually my movie I want to write. I can just say, okay, what do you feel about this guy beating his son? You know, and I'll just and they will start giving me gist. They'll start giving me ideas. Oh, I remember one story, this one. So my head, I'm taking notes. Okay, okay. So when I get back, I can write them down and then look for music that fits those things. Okay, the emotions. Let me see how do I portray these things, and So basically, that's how I do.
Wow, I like the reference of we are like fire. We're like fire, and sometimes you that fire needs to be started, and you need to rub your shoulders against people that will bring energy to you and generate ideas to you. And there's a book that's I can't remember who's the author, but it says the art of stealing. The art of stealing as an artist. You need to learn the art of stealing and then modify it to be something that's also very authentic, because at the end of the day, you're not the first person that's doing it, and you're definitely not the last person that's doing it. I want to go to some of the stuff that you guys are doing. You've got IPEN Studios, you've got the IPEN blog, IPEN podcast, and then you've got IPEN bookstore. But something that really caught my eye is the fact that you focus on mentorship, kids content. Uh, how do you balance all of that? How do you balance all of that? That's a lot for one person.
Yes, it's a lot. You know, I have to let me start with this. I have to come up with routines. So I wake up as early as 4. I wake up as early as 5. So I have like target of things I need to do before 8 p.m., before 8 a.m., before 7 o'clock in the morning. For example, when I was building the blog that had about 34,000 visitors on it, I was writing every single morning. I was writing every single morning. So I for from within 4 in the morning, from 4 in the morning
Yeah.
till around 7:30, I have done my class, 1 hour class. I've done the blog. I have done my to-do list. I've done my yes. I have a 30-minute Bible study that I do. But sometimes it becomes difficult as you go older to keep up with these routines. So sometimes I have to change my 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. Sometimes I go back to 4 a.m., come at 5 a.m. So as I get older,
Yeah.
it's becoming difficult to keep up what I started doing. But at the same time, I have also learned to give people opportunities to do the same thing. At least they have seen what I'm trying to do. For example, for the blog, for the podcast now, I don't stress myself over it. There are people that they like what they are doing, they like what we are doing, and then I give it to them to continue doing from there.
Yeah.
It's like a guideline. So sometimes I can mentor them, I can teach them, okay, this is how it should be done, this is what you should do, this is what you should do. Like I tell all my crew members that IPEN Studios is not a one person's company. It's a general company. Do you understand what I mean? It means like tomorrow we can have IPEN Studios South Africa. I may not have to be there. I don't have to be the
Yeah.
the manager or the CEO.
Yeah.
Just like let me give you an example for big major churches. Like I learned
Yeah.
like for example, there are many big churches in Nigeria. They have other big branches around across Africa and the world. The general overseers have never been to all of them, and they're doing very,
Yeah.
very fine without them. So that is the idea too.
Yeah.
I don't have to be there. I think you understand the vision. You make the content, you do it.
Yeah.
This is what we are doing. So there's a vision, there's a guide, but at the same time, somebody must start it. Somebody has to start
Which
it.
is
Somebody has to start the vision
exactly.
and keep moving.
You are speaking from, it's giving from boss CEO vibes, because you cannot be at everywhere at the same time. It's the foundation that you set and the teachings that you give the team members. And if everyone can believe in your vision and mission, it means that everything is going to work out. So if, for example, if you're doing IPEN Studios, someone else is doing the blog, someone else is doing the podcast, someone else is handling the bookstore. It means that you've created a good foundation for people to actually stick around you, because it also matters the kind of people that you attract, because you don't want someone that's going to be there for 1 month, okay, cool, goodbye. You need people that stay, that learn, and then sometimes you also need to let people go and also start their own things. I think that's also one of the hardest things, as you probably have done mentorship, and as much you'd be like, oh, I taught you this, now you're starting your own thing. So I definitely love that. I'm seeing Odogu says the fact that you still have time to do everything is so wonderful. That's what I'm actually thinking. Someone wakes up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and makes sure that they do their to-do list before the sun comes out. I think that's a level of discipline. All right, so now to the final questions. What are we expecting from you next?
Okay.
What are some of the projects that you're working on?
Okay, we expecting our first feature film, our first global feature film. One, expect us to produce more high quality TV shows, TV series, TV game shows. Expect us to produce a lot of stuff, like a lot of media stuff. We are not just moving in slowly, we are moving in fully. So it's yeah, you got to expect a lot of stuff from coming. I don't even know what we are doing, but I know that this year we are doing
Yeah,
quality content. So, and they
yeah,
want to
quality
expand
content.
to other part of the world. Expansion, very important. Very important.
Yeah. I love
So
that. I love that so much. So we are expecting you on our screens. We're expecting IPEN Studios to be growing the way it's already rapidly growing. Now to my rapid questions. Are what do you like? Being on camera or being behind the camera?
behind cameras,
Editing
behind
or
cameras.
directing? Which one do you like? What do you prefer? Editing the movie or directing
Um,
the movie?
Actually, I love all the process of the movie, but I think I like the directing part. I enjoy the process. I enjoy all the process of the film. So I can't really say this is what I like, this I don't like. I like the money aspect. I like the money aspect
Yeah.
of it. I like the money aspect, like the producer aspect. So I think that's the
Oh,
only aspect
love
I
that.
like. So, but
I
I
love
love every
that.
aspect of the movie.
Nah, true that, true that. As I'm speaking to you, I see this passion for film. I see this passion for the art and understanding and the zeal of wanting to grow. 5 years from now, what are you telling yourself 5 years from now?
In the next 5 years, we should have our own permanent site, our own permanent studio. We should have a headquarters, not a rented apartment, not a rented anything, but our own permanent site. So that's the next 5 years goal. I mean, having
Love
your
that.
own studio owned by you, you're not paying rent anywhere. So that's the idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first thing.
Nah, that's beautiful, and it's definitely coming to life. Funny enough, it's coming before 5 years. It could literally be happening this year. It could literally be happening next year. Any final words to the audience? What are you leaving the audience? What are they? What? Yeah, a word of wisdom from you, or the biggest lesson that you've learned. Leave something for the audience.
I think final advice is whatever idea comes to your mind, get started. Just get started with it. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Overthink it, you might never get started. If something comes to your mind, you do it. Sometimes if you delay in doing those things that has come to your mind, it will be painful. The more far the journey becomes. So if you start early, you can get there early. If you start early, you can make it better along the way. Your first project will never be better. No matter how much work you put into it, it will never be better. It will never be better. But continuous moving. In fact, not even that alone. I strongly believe that consistency will put you out there. Somebody can be talented and be hidden. You can be talented and hidden, you can be talented and nobody knows you. But the man of consistency will always win the game. man of consistency will always win the game every time over talent. So if you are somebody that wants to do something, you want to write a book, you want to start a show, you want to start something, you're overthinking it, just get started. I mean, you can make it better. I mean, God started first. God did not just create everything one day. He did it one, day two, day three, and he saw it was perfect. So if God can take it step by step, how much we human beings? You understand me? So that's my final advice.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you so much for that. I'm seeing in the comment whatever idea that comes to you, just do it. Yes, true, fantastic dreams, nice dreams. We are moving in fully. I think the audience is satisfied. I think I am satisfied. It's been an honor to have you today. Thank you for igniting passion. Thank you for igniting the fire within us. And where can we find you? How do we find all these sites?
They can follow me on Facebook. All my name's on Facebook, Kibo David, on Facebook, on Instagram, and then on TikTok here. So what I'll do is I'll be posting some of the links to some of the project, and of course it's scattered everywhere. We are everywhere, so I'll be posting like the links of all these things, so you can at least get to see what we are doing little by little.
Yeah, definitely. Nah, thank you so much once again to everyone that has joined us. If you don't know who we're speaking to, we were speaking to David Imo. Who is David Imo? He is an award-winning filmmaker, editor, visionary media entrepreneur, an industry leader, and the creative director at IPEN Studios. And it's been a pleasure to host him here with the Lioness Taffy. I cannot wait to see you once again. And to everyone that has joined us, thank you. To everyone that is watching this, the recorded session, thank you once again. I hope you did learn something and take away something from this session. Start. Just start the way we started this conversation and creating platforms for you, for I. Start something right now.